Hi everyone, and welcome to the Solid in the Saddle 5 Ways to Improve Your Riding Confidence webinar. So my name is Alicia Shirley, and I am the physical therapist behind Solid in the Saddle. And I just want to talk to you guys today about how you can use exercise to improve your riding. So the first actionable step that you can take to improve your riding is to improve your core strength. And I am going to show you guys why. So your core is what controls kind of the upper part of your body. So up here, from everything up, so that this part of your hips sits on the horse. And if your horse goes one way, or if your horse shoots off one way, you want your upper body to follow, right? And your core, so the muscles that surround that area, is what controls that. So this is super, super important. As your hips go one way, you want your upper body to go one way, and the way you do that is controlled by your core. So we can do some exercises to help that. So our core kind of wraps around our abdomen. It inserts into our hips in the front and the back, kind of all the way around. And there are a lot of different exercises that we can do to help that process out. So the end goal of the core strengthening exercises for horseback riders is that it helps maintain your center of gravity over your horses. So if your horse goes this way, you go with him. So it's this motion, not that. And that's something that working off your horse can really help you on your horse. So I'm going to go into some exercises when we're all done with the webinar, so that I'm not up and down, up and down, up and down. But the first one that you can do is core strengthening. So this can help so much. Second one is leg strengthening. So this comes as no surprise to you guys, I'm sure. When you get done with those first couple rides of the season, I'm sure your inner thighs are sore, your quads are sore, and that's totally normal. That's because we're using those muscles. So what's really cool is that research has shown that expert riders ride more with their legs than novice riders. So novice riders move a lot more in the saddle, so they're kind of back and forth, side to side, more than expert riders. And they ride with their hands a lot more. So also, no surprise, I'm sure you guys can all picture like a little kid just hanging on for dear life onto the reins, because that's what they're balancing on. Whereas an advanced rider is going to be able to keep their body still, ride with their legs, and not use their hands so much. So leg strengthening is also key. So again, I'm going to do some leg strengthening exercises at the end, but I wanted to bring that one up as number 2. Number 3 is back strength. So I completely took this for granted until I broke my back in 2020. I didn't realize how much I used my back muscles to ride. And what really kind of showed me how much I used them was I was in a back brace for 12 weeks, and so my back muscles just kind of went away. They were gone because I was in a back brace for so long that they didn't have to fire. And my husband and I took the horses on a ride up here into a mountain lake, and it was only like a 2 or 3 mile ride. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it wasn't a very long ride. And I remember just getting back to the campground from that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to put on my back brace. So I put on my back brace, and at this point I was totally cleared to ride, totally cleared, without the back brace. But I put on my back brace and just kind of had to wear it for the rest of the day because my back was so tired from that ride. And so as that time progressed, I realized that your back muscles are key to maintaining your posture and your balance in the saddle. So I'm going to give you some exercises to strengthen your back as well. But for right now, I just want you guys to do a little activity. So I want you to slump as far forward as you can in your chair. Now I want you to imagine someone yanking the chair out to the side. What would happen? You're probably going to end up falling flat on your bottom, right? Now I want you to sit up nice and tall, engage your core, engage your back, so kind of pull your shoulder blades back together. And I want you to imagine someone pulling it out now. So now you'd have the option to react right away, right? So you'd be here, and you could transfer the weight really easily. And if they pulled the chair out from under you, you're not going to fall. So that's the importance of having those muscles strong enough that you can maintain this upright position for long periods of time. So if you are a recreational trail rider and you like to ride for 2 hours at a time, it's really, really beneficial to have your posture muscles strong enough to maintain that posture, so that when a squirrel runs across the trail at hour 2 of your ride and you are everything's kind of relaxed or whatever, but if your muscles are strong enough to kind of hold you in that position, you're not going to be caught off guard and you're not going to get jolted when your horse spooks to the side or whatever your horse is going to do. So all of these things that I'm talking about, they help with horses that spook, shy, crow hop, jump, any of those things. All of the exercises that we're doing, we're trying to make sure that our body moves with the horse's body when they do that. Okay, so now we're going to take a little bit of a shift, and we are going to shift to mindset. So affirmations are key to improving riding confidence, and I would not be telling you this if I did not believe in it, because I see it in the research. And this isn't something that that's like woo-woo magic. It's not. It's in the research, proven to work. So if you write down things and you say them in your head and you practice them and you believe them, they will come true for you. So I want you all to do a little experiment. I want you to write down 3 things that would improve your riding. So improve your riding confidence. So it might be, I sit square in the saddle. It might be, I ride assertively. It might be, I'm in control of my horse. It might be, I'm a good leader for my horse. Whatever they are, I just want you to pick 3 that work for you. And I want you to put them in 3 different places. So for me, the 3 different places that I see the most, because I commute, are 1, my car, 2, my nursing chair, and 3, my bathroom mirror. So those 3, and I'm not really in front of the bathroom mirror anymore very much. So I would say the refrigerator or the pantry door, something like that. So 3 places that you see the most often, put a sticky note on there with those 3 things. And then just practice saying them to yourself over and over, so that when you're on your horse, you can say them and you're used to it. You've got that, you kind of have that groove of saying those 3 sayings to yourself. This is really, really helpful. And I know you probably think that I'm crazy, but I want you to try it because it really works. And it's been something that I've seen in a lot of my clients, a lot of my patients, and in myself. So it can't hurt. Why don't you give it a try? Let me know how it works, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we've gone through core, legs, back, and now affirmations. And the last one, I saved the best for last. The last one is symmetry. So to make sure that you're nice and confident in the saddle, you need to be symmetrical. So if your hips are shifted to one direction, you're going to have a tendency to lose your balance to that direction. Or if your hips are tilted to one direction, you're going to have a tendency to lean that direction. So all of those things, they contribute to your stability in the saddle and your confidence, because you're going to feel off kilter. So what I want to do is just bring some awareness to your body right now. And I want everybody to do this activity in your chair, wherever you're sitting. I'm going to do it in the saddle so you can actually see what this looks like when you are on your horse. And I encourage you to do it on your horse just so you can kind of see and get a feel for it. So I'm going to get on the saddle, and you guys get yourself set up in a chair that you can rotate side to side in. Okay. And I am going to switch gears. I am going to actually turn the saddle facing the camera, because I think that'll allow you to see it a little bit better. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is I want you to turn as far as you can to the left. So I want you to turn your body as far as you can to the left, and just take note of where your shoulders are. So where your right shoulder is. Can you get the right shoulder all the way to the next wall, or not quite? Just kind of take note. Come back to neutral, and then I want you to turn the other way and turn as far as you can to the right. Okay, come back to the center. So, as you can see, I can turn a lot further to the left than I can to the right. And that's actually not a hip issue, that's a back issue from where my back was broken. It's just kind of how it healed. I didn't have surgery, luckily, thankfully, I didn't have to have surgery. But how it healed, just the mechanism of the fracture, I'm tilted a little bit to the left. So that's something that I have to make up for, and I work on a lot. I'm really aware of it. But what we're focusing on is the symmetry in your hips. So if your hips naturally tend to rotate a little bit to, say, the left, your horse is going to naturally, he's going to pick up his left lead easier. He's going to turn to the left easier. He's going to veer to the left when you want to walk in a straight line. Same thing to the right. If your hips naturally sit just a little bit tilted to the right, your horse is going to pick up his right lead better. He's going to veer to the right. He's going to, respond to those cues with your left leg a little bit easier than with your right leg, that kind of thing. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you're having difficulty with that, let me know, and we might be able to figure something out with a rotation or an asymmetry like a tilt. So the second way that you can test to see if you are symmetrical is a tilt test. So this would be like if one hip was a little higher than the other. I'm not going to be able to do this super well in this setup because the saddle stand isn't quite stable enough for me to do this, but I'm going to just give you like a little brief overview. So if I were tilted to the with my right hip higher, I would be able to go down further with my left hand. If my left hip was higher, I'd be able to go down further with my right hand. So I'm going to toss this aside so I can just show you guys this really quick. That was a little loud. Okay, so tilt test, so you're going to reach down as far as you can and then come back up, and then the same thing to the left, as far as you can, and come back up. So what you'll find is that you can feel the tightness on your sides here. And if you are super tight on one side, that might indicate that you have a little bit of a shift up or down. And that's something that exercise can really help with. Okay, so I'm going to grab, let's see. Here it is. Okay, so we have talked about how core strengthening, leg strengthening, back strengthening, affirmations, and house symmetry can all affect your riding. And I'm going to do some exercises, or one exercise each of the core, legs, and back, so that you can see kind of what you might get in the 6 weeks to Solid in the Saddle course. So how the course is structured is it's built in, let's see if you guys can see this, okay? Core, legs, back. Core, legs, back, rest. So you have one rest day a week, and that's at the max level. So that's if you are like getting it and you want to get back to competition and you want to work out 6 days a week. If you're a casual trail rider and you don't need to work out 6 days a week and you don't want to, you could do 1 or 2 days. You could do 3 days. You could do whatever works best for your schedule. The beauty is that it's only 15 minutes a day. So you only have to commit to 15 minutes a day to improve your riding, improve your confidence, improve your stability, improve your strength, and feel like you are riding like you used to. And that's something that that this program has done so much for me. I mean, I know that I'll tell you guys more about this in different things within the course, but this has really changed my life, the strengthening part of it. And I want to share it with everybody because it has helped me so much, and I don't see a reason to hide it from anybody because it's really, really beneficial. And yeah, I just think that the proof is in the pudding. So if you want to look up Tamara Barnhart, she is a barrel racer that I met a few years ago at the Glacier Chaser barrel race. And I parked next to her and stayed next to her, and she was like the nicest lady, but she didn't have like a super great horse or nice horse or anything like that, and she is just like killing it right now. I don't know if you guys are looking at like Barrel Horse News or anything like that, but she was a contender for the American, and I think she won the semifinals for the American. I mean, she's like just killing it right now. And if you look at her Facebook page, her Instagram page, she's absolutely ripped. She is the most in shape person that I know. And she is proof that if you put in the work to be strong and keep yourself, really, really centered in the saddle, and plus she has a great horse too. But she's proof that you can, like, the sky is the limit for you. If you want to put in the work and the effort, the sky's the limit. So anyways, that's kind of an aside that wasn't supposed to be in the webinar, but she just gives me goosebumps because I've seen her like just skyrocket, and I just absolutely wish the best for her. Okay, so we got a little bit off topic, but that's how the course is set up. You can do 1 day a week, you can do 6 days a week. You can just pick whatever works best for you. So I am going to go ahead and go into the 3 exercises. So an example of a core exercise, an example of a leg exercise, and an example of a back exercise. Oh my gosh, I don't know why that word is so hard for me to say right now, but I'm going to give you those examples just so you can see what you might see in the course. The course is going to be pre-recorded videos, so you will work out with me the entire video, and like I said, they're 15 minutes long. If you don't want to work out with the video, each day has a PDF calendar of the exercises, so you can just go through them on your own if you don't want to watch the video, but the video is there so that you can get an explanation of the exercise and how to do it right with a physical therapist. So my specialty is in coaching people how to do exercises correctly to activate the right muscles, and that's how recovery happens. So that's something that I believe strongly in, and that's why I want every one of the workouts to be recorded so that you have that the I guess confidence that you know that you're doing it right. All right, so let's get started. So the first one that we're going to do, this is a core exercise, but it also hits the stability and the symmetry of your hips. So if you can do this really well to each side, you're going to have really good symmetry in your hips. So let's get started. Just going to move this out of the way. Oh. Okay, so you're going to lay on your back, and you're going to have your knees bent and your arms bent. And you're going to lower one leg and one arm back at the same time. So it's going to look like this. So keep your belly button pulled into your spine. Don't let your back arch. Okay, and you can just straighten your leg for a little bit more of a challenge. Okay, so that is a dead bug. The next one we're gonna do, we're gonna roll into the back exercise just because I'm already down here. This is called a Superman. So you're gonna lay on your stomach. Hopefully you guys can see me okay. I'm gonna have to angle a little bit this way. Okay, so you're gonna lay on your stomach, arms out in front of you, and lift your arms and your legs up just about 2 inches off the ground with your forehead facing the ground. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so that is an exercise that helps build up your back muscles. So these ones that we talked about that were so weak on me after I was in back brace. Okay, oh, this is the part of the pelvis. Okay, and then the last one, so this is the leg exercise, is going to be a lunge. So you're gonna lunge forward, bend your knees so that one knee touches the ground, but you don't want weight going through it, and then stand back up, and then switch legs. Bend, touch your knee, and back up. And you want to do this 10 times on each leg, and it's up to you if you do 10 on your right leg and then switch to the left leg, or how you want to do that. Okay, so that is kind of a rundown on the exercises that you can expect to see in the course. If you have any questions about the course, please do not hesitate to email me, message me, comment on any of my Facebook posts, because I really want to answer questions from you guys. So we had some great questions in the webinar, and some of those were kind of regarding like how you can more effectively sit deeply to stop your horse. And I went on a huge tangent about that in the webinar, which I was really excited about because I think that it's so important. So I do want to just show you this really quick before I let you go, but this writer was talking about how to sit as deeply as you can, and what you want to do to be able to sit nice and deep in your saddle for a stop is you want to be able to contract your core muscles to pull your belly button to your rib cage, so you don't actually change anything. You're not like leaning back or forward. You're just rolling your hips so that you're from here, so kind of this forward position, to here. So you're just rocking your hips like this. And we'll go into some exercises that you can do to improve that. The one that I gave that rider was to practice this on a Swiss ball, so an exercise ball. So just practicing that like 100 times a day, just pulling your belly button into your spine and sitting really deep. So that is all I have for you guys today. Like I said, reach out if you have any questions, and the discount code that will be active until March 19th at midnight, so Sunday night at midnight, is Spring 10. So if you watch this webinar and you got all the way through the end, you now have the discount code to the 6 weeks to Solid in the Saddle course, and I really hope to see you guys there. All right, thank you. Bye.